Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to Profound Connections by Tapa. It's me, Tapa. I hope you're well. I hope you've been keeping well. Thank you for interacting with me in my previous episodes. It's an honor. I really love what's going on in this community. Thank you for the comments and whatnot. For the new subscribers, from the newbies as well, welcome to this channel. This is Profound Connections, where we talk about life, where we talk about just doing life and building a community together and what we go through, sharing our different experiences together and just creating beautiful memories together as we just live this life. In the previous episode, we talked about just starting. We talked about the new dawn in our lives, where taking that leap of faith and to starting something new. And I mean, we ventured through different pointers which helped me as a person and maybe help someone else to go through this process of starting out life. And so one of the major pointers for me was just prioritizing, just starting, planning yourself and whatnot. And so if you wanna go ahead and check it out, it will be in the link below. So click it and join us. In our third episode, we're gonna talk about guarding your heart. Guarding your heart is just basically loving yourself even the more. It's filling your heart with what's true to yourself, standing your ground, making sure that all that is around you is for you. Does that make sense? Like, it's practically taking your heart and being the security of it, being the security over your life and knowing what can come in, what can come out, who has access to you, what can you allow. Those are some of the things that we're gonna go through. For this episode, I feel like I'm gonna dive into my spiritual side. And majorly it's because I feel like God really commands us, or rather He lets us, He makes it known to us that we need to guard our heart at all times, because your heart is everything. Without your heart, man, you're nothing, So you need to guard it. And in God's way of everything, He says, love yourself, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love is a commandment in itself. It's the greatest commandment. And in Proverbs 4:23, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. You understand? So that means if your heart is not right, not as in you're just basically going to be giving from an empty cup, and that's not right. So I feel like it's very important to guard your heart. I have various ways in which I guard my heart, and the first way is learning how to love yourself. The second way is basically creating those boundaries. Getting to know who has that access to me, who can really honestly have that access to me. It's very important. Learning how to love yourself is basically what we've been talking about in the past episodes, where you get to know yourself, you're so aware of who you are that nobody or no one can come in between you. You understand? There's some people who just don't know themselves. So when someone says, do this, do that, you're this, you're that, they go with that flow. But no, when you know yourself, at least you have a stand. You're like, no, I am this way, I don't take this, I talk like this, I walk like this, these are my principles. That's part of knowing yourself, And in the second one, which I feel we're gonna go deeper in it, is just creating boundaries. For me, I learned this, I wouldn't say from a young age, just recently, where I got to learn life is a spiral as it is. And I tell people who are close to me that life is practically like a spiral, where you have the inside people, then you have the rest of the people who are around. And so it's just being careful of who you share your information with, being careful of who you are with particular people. You can have your work life, you can have your personal life, you can have your family life. And it doesn't mean that you're different personalities at a given time. No, you're the same person, just knowing what to say, just knowing what to do with these people, and it's very important to have your close-knit people, because with these people, like, you can do anything and everything with them, because you have already, there's some security in that place where you feel these people know me, and yeah, we vibe, we have a community going on here, so it's all right. So yeah, creating those boundaries has a lot to do with yourself, has a lot to do. First of all, you need to know what is it that you like, what is it that what are the type of conversations you like having. You can have a million people around you speaking all these things, and you're not even comfortable with them, but because you've not made that boundary, you're going to sit into that. Yeah, but if you're the type of person who you say, you know what, I'm not the type of person who talks about people, then of course you won't put yourself in a position where you're talking about people like in an ill-mannered way. Yeah, or for example, you're like, oh, I do my things this way. So you already have principles. So people who are coming into your life know, oh, by the way, for that girl or for that boy or for that man, this is the way he goes around his things. And it's very, very important to be that type of person, because if you're not, trust me, you're going to be everywhere, anywhere, at all times. Yeah, so for me, it comes even off from the commandment, as I said in the start, where it says, God says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So for me, I decode that and translate it in a very different way. And it means that if I don't love myself, if I don't guard myself, if I don't guard my heart, I won't be able to love any other person. If I don't love myself right, if I don't ensure my heart is right, it won't be right for other people. So the heart is very important in our lives, because here it's where everything enters and it comes out. It's like the concept of a computer. It's giggle. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you fill it with love, if you fill it with positive vibes, if you fill it with, I don't know, if you're learning new skills, if you're around people who are right, basically, for your life, that's what's gonna come out. Because have you ever been in a situation where you're probably going through a hard time? Let me just use that as an example. Yeah, you're going through a hard time, and the people who are surrounding you are probably in the same situation. They're also going through a hard time. So what happens? You're going to wallow in your pain together. You're going to complain together. You're just going to be in that season of life together. But if you're going through something that's you're under, yeah, and then you have people who have a positive outlook towards life, you tend to get out of what you're going through easily and faster, because these people are going to tell you, know what, it's okay. You're going to get out. Everything is going to be okay. Like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But on this side, it's going to be more of, hey, ni sawa tu, tukae tu, God to come through at some point. There's some people who talk like that. And I'm not saying that God won't come through for you at the end of the day, but it's just your outlook of life and what you've sipped in your heart, So if you tell yourself, I know I go through hard times, but I know how you get through it. You see, that's very, you're communicating differently to yourself. That means you're gonna come out. So guarding your heart entails what you speak to yourself, how you speak to yourself, what words do you say to yourself, how do you speak to other people as well, because that actually matters. Like, I feel like to some point we point fingers like, you are the one who makes me do this, you are the one who does this and this, but no, you also have a part to play. Like, how do you speak to people? Because that in itself, I think for me, I can tell someone for who they are by how they speak to me, and depending on the situation as well. Of course, I weigh it. I'm like, this one I can't go through. I can't go to for these situations, or this one talks like this, or this one is very agitated at times, or this one is like that. So it's very clear. It's very clear what your heart is to other people. Have you ever seen these people who say, me, I'm a nice person, I know I vibe with everyone? I'm like, it's not about you. It's about what people are going to say about you. So guarding your heart is all about it's an inside matter, but as well it's outside. So that means you work on yourself inwardly, yeah, like you ensure your heart is right and whatnot, but what comes out is what people will know of you. They'll be like, oh yeah, that chick speaks well, oh that chick is principled, oh that chick does this and this, she does her work right and whatnot. Yeah. So creating boundaries as well ensures that you create a good tribe around you. It ensures you create a good community around you. Yes, you want people that are surrounding you to be well off, they're surrounding you to be, the energies are right with you, you're vibing, but as well, you need to work on it, yeah? So I feel like you need to, going back now, it centers around knowing yourself more, knowing, okay, fine, when I'm annoyed, I'm like this. So these are the steps I'm going to take when I'm annoyed, so that I don't insult other people or offend other people. Or when I'm happy, this is how I act, you know. So creating boundaries ensures that you create a tribe around you that truly understands you, yeah. And as much as you are creating this tribe, it means that you need to really kind of know yourself and know what triggers you, all those things, like what triggers you, what do you do when something happens, or like when you're annoyed, how do you react? When you're happy, how do you react? You know, when someone else has made it, how do you react to their joy? How do you react to their sadness? So that really matters, because I mean, I found myself in places where generally people are just not happy for other people, or actually people are very happy for other people, but you because of how you've locked yourself in, you're not sure, is this person really happy for me? And I feel like boundaries really create your character, you know, how you like what we said, how you talk around people. Have you ever been in a room, you enter, you have this vibe, yes, your vibes are good, they're clean, but where you are people looking at you like, that's how we are meant to how happy. You understand? It's because maybe they've already created their own tribe, and they have their own, it's like, I wouldn't call them set of rules or ground rules, sorry, but that's what they are. Like, this is how we act, this is what we do. So, you know, it's so cool if you find your own tribe of where, you know, this is my safe space, you know, this is, I can do this, they understand me for me. That's pretty cool, yeah? So yeah, like, just create those boundaries, right? Make your own tribe. Ensure that even if you have two people in your life who you feel secure with, even if you have that one person, that's your tribe. So ensure you are right on it, you are right with it as well, and you're doing your level best to be better each and every day. You know, I feel like reading books, widening your spectrum of things about life really helps as well, because now you get to understand other people and how they work out things, yeah. So it's very important. I feel like everything and anyone around you matters, yeah. So, for example, if you're at your workplace, of course you're not in your safest place ever. I mean, your workplace is somewhere you go to work and then you come home and get your salary. But yes, you can get friends. But as well, it's a place where now, after you've created your boundaries and you're at this place, people now will be like, hey, by the way, that chick, there's some things she doesn't do, there's some things she doesn't entertain, and it will be so easy and natural for you because you won't be forcing things. This is who you are, so take me or leave me. Yes, maybe I will compromise here and there, but I will still stand to what I believe. And also at home, I think it's everywhere, where as you grow up you get to know, oh, this is who I am, and people actually really take you for who you are. So it's very important. For me, it took such a long time for me to create boundaries, man. I wouldn't say, no, saying a people person is not right. Probably I'd say so many people had access to me. Like, anytime it would be, oh, where you at? I'm there. Or I need you here, I'm there. But I realized, man, I'm getting burnt out because I can't say no. Or like, I'm just like, no, if I say no, how would these people think of me, you know? But situations in life made me like push myself to that place where I was like, hey, by the way, you need to come right when you're coming to me. You'll be like, ask for permission at times, or just tell me, talk to me nicely, and ask, do you have other things that you're doing other than this? It took so much time, trust me. Like I feel like I was everywhere, and if you needed me, I'd be there at the need. Like I was that person, and it doesn't mean that I've stopped being that person, but now it comes just with boundaries. Yes, I understand. I totally understand you, but please as well understand me. You get, because I realized in life there are some people who can actually use you because they know you're a good person. And this thing is about, it's good people go through tough times with this thing, because you're always good. You're always, yes, I will do this for you. Yes, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be. But by the end of it all, what is left? Who are you after all is said and done? And that's why those boundaries are important, because even with these boundaries, you get to know, yes, you can come to my place, but tell me, those are the boundaries. Like, I need me time, I have you time, I have us time, very, very important thing. So I feel like it's very important, even as we go through our other videos, that the base of all these things is knowing yourself. The base of all things is just keeping those boundaries, loving yourself, and just creating that community that loves you, that understands you. Because trust me, even like in creating your boundaries, this is where you get to know who is for you. Who is really for you, who will atavuka mpaka for you, but who is really for you, who will want to understand you even more, who will be there in your down times, who will be there in your up times. These are the times like, hey, this one is a true friend. And I feel like for me, when I started making those boundaries, when I started like now stamping my feet and saying there's some things I won't do, there's things that I will do, I got to get my team. I got my team, and it was such joy, because I knew this one's an acquaintance and it's fine. This one is a close friend and we're cool. So yeah, it's very important. So I'd urge you guys to secure yourself, to guard your heart at every moment and every time. Like, if you feel like you need to have your own time, it is fine. Have that. Is it self-care? Have your own time. Have time to yourself. Get to know who you are. Who you've transformed into being. And yeah, I feel like we'll be better placed to be even on earth, because now we'll even be better people. Having boundaries doesn't mean you're a mean person. You're not a mean person. You're a good person. You kind of love yourself. Yeah, that's why you have those boundaries. So I challenge you to create those boundaries in your life. It might be with your friends, in your workplace, anything. But just ensure that it's positive, it's well balanced, and you'll be right with it. So thank you for tuning into episode 3. I can't wait to see you on episode 4. More fun things coming up. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, share, comment, like, and yes, join the community. Thank you.